Hey, Teachers, back with me again, Jiga Utama Putrada. I am a lecturer for Parallel and Distributed Systems. We have reached a new meeting. This is our 11th meeting, and we are going to discuss about shared memory model or thread. In our first video, we will discuss about shared memory model. Let's start our discussion. So, if you remember, and we go back to two meetings before, we have discussed about various kinds of parallel programming models, and here we are going to learn one of these that are here. Which one? It is this one. So, the programming models has two types. The first is based on the memory, and the second one is based on the problem decomposition, and we are going to discuss one of the models based on memory, which is this one, shared memory model. So we are going to learn about shared memory model, and let's take a little preview about shared memory model. So, of course, we are discussing about the memory of a CPU, just as we are the thing that we are learning, which is parallel programming, means that there are many CPUs. Here we have CPU 1, CPU 2, CPU 3, and CPU 4. Shared memory model means that each CPU use the same memory. So, they can share um, one type. For example, if a CPU1 has a variable called A, this can be used by CPU2, CPU3, and CPU4. And when these CPUs are running at the same time, we can call them thread. So this is thread 1, this is thread 2, this is thread 3, thread, thread 3, and this is thread 4. And let's discuss more about thread. So where have you heard about thread? Thread has been learned at operating systems. In OS, we learned that thread is a part of a process. And what is a process? Process is a program that is running on the CPU. As we can see in this picture tries to explain that in the bottom left quadrant here, it explains that two programs can run simultaneously. It means that they can run at the same time. And why do we need thread? Because here we can see that in this the top right corner, it shows that there's only one program running at the same time, only one process running at the same time. But in that process, there are many threads that can run at the same time. So why are we using thread? Because why? Because sometimes a part of a program needs to run parallelly. Parallelly. So, for example, two parts of a program needs to run at the same time. Then we create two threads and they run at the same time. Okay, so that's our first video about this shared memory model and threading. In the next video, I'll give you an example of how to run a thread where we'll use Python. So, example of thread on Python. Thank you for your attention. I'll meet you in the next